Hello. I'm formerly Turts, formerly Galaxy Turtle, formerly Pickle Turtle, formerly a lot of things. In the community, speedrunning community, I went by a lot of pronouns. I entered the community with he, him. I then was he, they. I was they, them. I was it, it's. Then it, they. Then it, she. Then she, they. And then now she, her. Um, People in this community have known me a lot. And a lot of the people in the communities that I was in were really worried when I had suddenly left the speedrunning community, and I kind of wanted to explain like why I left every specific community that I was in, because I was in like a few. I don't remember how many I was in, but I know that a lot were worried about me when I left. Also because I left Discord as well, so none of them can contact me anymore unless I'm on YouTube, because some of the people there are subscribed to me. So I wanted to release something that was talking about that. So yeah, I'm obviously going to talk about the one I was in the most and the one I was most known in, technically speaking. And that is the New Super Mario Brothers Wii community. Another reason why I decided to talk about this before I talk about the entire NSMBW thing is that a lot of my videos started randomly blowing up out of nowhere. Like, some videos that are unlisted went from like 6 views to fucking 77 like views. I have no idea how people started watching it, considering that all of these videos are now blocked. But I don't know. My most popular video has 108 views, when that video used to be like have it used to have like 50 views. I don't know how or why people started watching it more. Um it might be because I left, or it might be just I honestly don't know. But one thing about the NSMBW thing is that a lot of my older runs are gone now because I deleted them. I was in a really weird spot as I was improving on low percent, which is the reason why I'm known in the community. It's because I started doing low percent. I didn't start doing any percent. I was the first person in the community to ever start with low percent. And it's widely known as one of the hardest. Um, not the hardest, but it's known as one of the harder ones to start off with, because in low percent you can't pick up power ups. So if you get hit once, you die. And you can't pick up checkpoints. So if you get hit once, you die and you go back to the beginning of the level. So any death is like a minute loss, instead of like you could hit in New Super Mario Brothers Wii, there's checkpoints obviously. If you hit a checkpoint, it saves your spot there. So if you die, you go back there. So it's not a horrible loss. Like, it might be a minute, but it's not as bad as in low percent, is what I'm saying. Because in low percent, there's multiple parts in levels where in any percent you could probably lose like close to almost a minute, but in low percent you could lose like two. Because in some parts in low percent are way longer. Like in 5-4, you can't do the skip, at least RTA. I remember Curran had released some sort of task video for 5-4 skip in low percent, but that's probably never going to be done RTA, unless someone insane decides to grind it for whatever reason. Someone grinds low percent other than me, so that would be funny. But yeah. So how did I start off speedrunning? Well, in January of 2021, I decided that because my mental health was becoming so shit, I was going to finally do a New Year's resolution. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to learn how to speedrun. I've been trying to speedrun in for like fun for years at this point because I love New Super Mario Brothers Wii. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I've played it for years. I've had it since I was like 7, and I decided to start playing it and recording it, and I would always see if I can get through levels small because it would seem faster to go through levels just not picking anything up. And yeah, that was my appeal for low percent because you didn't have to pick any of the items up. You didn't have to get any power ups. So I did that for a while, and people were saying that I was stupid because I played low percent before any percent, which is almost never happened, if not hasn't happened before I did it. And so yeah, people were telling me to stop doing that, and I was saying no, low percent's a good category, which no one in that community agrees with, other than maybe B Man, who has been dormant for a while now. And I don't know why I haven't been in that community for a while, so it's been like 4 months since I was in their Discord, so I don't know what's been going on with B Man, but he was the reason why I started getting into doing it like seriously going the low percent. But eventually I went away from that and I started doing any percent. And currently I'm the only person in the leaderboard with a 25 flat, which is a 25-minute run exactly. That video is, I'm pretty sure, my second most popular speedrunning video that is Mario related. Actually, no, that's my most popular Super Mario Brothers video that I remember at least, because I have 100 views on one of my videos. I have no idea how that happened still, but yeah. In terms of New Super Mario Brothers Wii, my 25 flat is my most viewed video. I think it has 53 views, and that was the first common, I think, where people were confused on where I went, because that was my last video regarding that. I stopped doing New Super Mario Brothers Wii after that, and I don't think I ever will do that again. I might if I get into a way better mindset for it, but yeah, um, speedrunning that game made me lose the love that I had for it. I've loved playing that game for years. I've played it with my parents, I've played it with my sister, I played it with my family, I played it with family I haven't seen for years now, and now I hate that game. I hate it with all of my heart. I do not want to pick it up anymore. I hate every part of it. And that's a sad thing from speedrunning. From speedrunning, you play the game over and over and over and over again. And after a while, you start getting sick of it. I haven't seen a person that is high ranking in the entirety of that game that has said that that they like the game more as as they went on playing it. A lot of players end up like hating the game afterwards. There was this player, one in particular, that really was like upset with me when I left. There was this guy named Jack. He hated that game for really big patches of time and would just refuse to play it. He plays Origami King now. I'm not sure where he is, but I hope he's doing well. And a lot of the times he would have outbursts while he was running and just get really pissed off at the game. And it was, I don't want to say anything about him because I know that he might watch this video, but I'm just saying that he probably had stuff going on in his life. Maybe familial, maybe just mental stuff, but yeah, there was definitely something going on with him while he was playing the game. And that happens with speedrunning. A lot of the time you become frustrated with yourself because that's what speedrunning is. You're racing yourself. Since there's the leaderboards, it looks like that you're racing other people, but truly you're racing yourself. It's a really looked down upon mindset to think that you're going against other people. You're just trying to improve your time. You're not really trying to beat other people's times. You're trying to improve your time most of the time. Unless you're going for world records, which, yeah, obviously that wouldn't be looked down upon because you're trying to beat a record. But Yeah. Speaking of records, CAD got the record a few months ago, which I expected. At the before I had left, I saw that CAD was going insane and improving with it because he was an IL speedrunner and was the first ever speedrunner to get every single IL record. I had tied the IL record, and that was one of my more popular Mario videos. But he beat it after a while because I kept telling him like, "Come on, I know that it's possible to get that like last second IGT," and he went, "It's probably too hard. I'm not gonna try it." And then eventually he did, and he beat it, and I was happy for him. There was a lot of doubt in that entire period that he had, where he just wanted to give up. There were a lot of ILs that he just hated, and he put aside for a while. But after he had gained so much notoriety, that's the word, for doing this, he felt obligated to continue doing it and not just stop. So he burnt himself out multiple times just to do this. And I both feel happy for him, sorry for him, and angry with him. Angry with him because I really didn't want him to destroy his mental health because of the game. It happened to me, and it probably happened to a lot of other people because a lot of people have 25s that haven't posted in a while. Which, yeah, this game affects you. This game has a grind level after like 25 that you have to go insane over. A lot of people, that's their point where they just stop. And anyone that gets close to 25 is notable in the community. And I was barely there. I could have been there, but I just decided not to be. I had said that I wasn't going to get 24 and that I was going to stop at 25, which I did. I ended up doing that, and people were surprised because usually when people get that close to 25, they see, well, I have to keep going at this point because it's just like a second or a few seconds. But no, I decided not to. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy for CAD. I'm happy that he improved so much to become a really big person in the community. And I'm wondering how he's doing. But I also don't want to get Discord again because Discord's a pretty shitty place. Also, I don't do anything in it anymore. I don't have any friends in it. So yeah, this section's gonna be really long considering that I have a really long period of time in this community. But yeah, um, the biggest thing in all of this was my mental health. It definitely was that pushed me away from this community. Um, I was getting really mad at myself when I played this game. Like I said before, this entire experience made me hate that game, and it's like a struggle for me to think of anything that I like about it anymore. And because everything wormed into my head, I played that game for a year and a half, just almost straight, and I definitely burnt myself out with it. And yeah, I definitely burnt myself out with the game. You can tell that I'm being unscripted with this because I trail off a lot. I switch topics without really giving a transition towards it. But yeah, I wanted to just really talk about it because a lot of people have no idea what happened to me. And so I just wanted to say to some of the people that were worried that I'm okay. I think I think I'm okay. This fucking voice of mine is annoying to have to speak into a microphone for this long, but it's cool. It's not torturous right now, but yeah. I really hope that everyone there is doing well. I hope that the school year isn't screwing with people's like ability to speedrun, and I I hope that everything goes well. I don't know what else to say about that, but yeah. Sorry for this really long segment about New Super Mario Brothers Wii, but yeah. Um, oh yes, one more thing. There was one time where I posted my 25 where I put a little joke about me having a panic attack, and basically what happened with that is that I was streaming, and I was on my way of I was on like 24 5x pace, and I was in the final area, and I started, my breathing was coming really bad. My sight started getting fuzzy, and I was barely able to hold the controller. So I paused the game and I shut it off, and I started having a panic attack because this game has been really annoying. It's annoying and it's frustrating, and me being so close to finally being over it just pushed me to a point that I didn't want to be at. So I took a break from that, and I finally got my 25 after that. Um, so yeah, people say that I didn't practice enough, but that might be a reason why I also got rid of the entire speedrunning thing from me. I don't really like practicing that much, or the idea of practicing is fine. It's just that the fact that you have to practice like one single thing for like hours and hours and hours on end, just doing the same 5 second task over and over again, it gets annoying, especially since I have ADHD. Doing the exact same thing over and over again, not being able to do anything else, it's fucking annoying. It's annoying. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that my mental health had a lot to do with the fact that I stopped speedrunning, and yeah, that was my entire thing on NSMBW stuff. So I just remember that I was part of NSLU for a bit. The Wii U version of it, not the Switch version. I don't have a Switch, but I don't want one either. A Nintendo Switch Online is a scam, and I don't like Nintendo anymore, so I just play their older stuff instead of contributing to their new stuff. So yeah, also I'm kind of sad that I can't play some of their other games. I've heard that some of the games that on Switch that I wanted to play are coming to like Xbox or PS4, and I might can like buy those. But with NSLU, I remember that there was one guy that was getting a lot of shit for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, yes. It was because he had it had been figured out that a lot of runs that he had accepted were runs that had been cheated, and some that had obviously been cheated, like some were just sped up versions of other runs, and they had been put up, and that guy was getting kind of crapped on because it was so obvious to some people. And it was weird because that guy had been in that entire circle for a while. He had been doing any percent Luigi for a while, and it was weird to people that he was not able to moderate a game that he had been playing for years. So yeah, I didn't have that much of a presence in that community. I remember that there was going to be a tournament, and I just decided not to be in it because I got anxious about it. I was anxious that I was going up with such an experienced player, and I knew I was going to lose. So I just decided, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I wasn't trying to be a sore loser or something. I just really was scared. I was anxious. I'm still an anxious person, and to Cold Eggman, the guy I was going to play against, I don't have any hard feelings against you. The reason why I didn't want to play was just out of my own anxiety. I didn't want to. It's not like I didn't want to play because you were the one I was playing against. I saw your videos and they're all really good. So it's not like I didn't like you. It's just that I didn't like the idea of being embarrassed by such a good player, and I was new. So yeah, I was kind of overly ambitious with that. So yeah, that was basically the only other Mario game I played, I think. I was planning on playing Mario Pinball, but emulators are really annoying, so yeah, also there was Mario Party 8 and Mario Party 9. I didn't have that big of a presence on there either. Um I'm just really unlucky, so playing a luck-based game wasn't really my strong suit. So, yeah, I didn't really finish any runs for it. I finished 2 runs in Mario Party 8, And Mario Party 9, I didn't finish the run because the emulator was really annoying, so I didn't want to finish it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, so I had a lot of people that cared about me in the entire NSMBW community or whatever. Well, for like Red Ball. Red Ball, I don't have anything nice to say about. The entire Red Ball community was shit. The entire community was terrible, honestly. If if I had recommendations for anyone beginning speedrunning, don't don't do Red Ball. Do not do Red Ball. That is the most toxic community I have ever been in. Do not do Red Ball. Why? Um, a lot of the moderators do not give a shit about their job there. Um, I mean, I haven't been there in like months, so I wouldn't know. Hopefully they did improve, but from the time that I was there, no. No one cared. No one banned you unless you were doing something illegal or something. And the entire group were just bullies, honestly. Most of them had really big times. They would only become mods if they were either just there for a long time or had good times. Because Maximum had record in a lot of the games. I'm not sure about now because Lombre exists, and I have an entire thing for Lombre later, but I don't know. I'm actually not sure if I want to talk about Lombre because I don't know. There's a lot of stuff on Lombre, and that might be its own video, honestly. But yeah, with Red Ball, I'm not sure how I got into Red Ball. Actually, I think I just was looking for games that I could play on my computer without having to pay for them. And I saw Red Ball, which was a game I used to play when I was younger. And I went, oh, sure, I'll play that. And I played the original, I mean, not the original. I played Red Ball 4, and then I went, no, I do not like this at all. So I started looking through the rest of the games and seeing which one I liked. I played Red Ball 1, I hated it. I played Red Ball 2, I hated it more. And then I played Red Ball 3, and I went, yes, this is the game. This is like the second most unpopular game that was the platformers, and not like the red and blue balls game. But um, Red Ball 3 is the game I decided to go with. I went with Red Ball 4 for a bit, but and Red Ball 2 and 3, but I just gave up on those. Remember having a 420 in Red Ball 4 Volume 3, I think. I might have improved it. I don't remember that much, but I would say more about the staff if I would say more about the staff if I knew more of the staff. I don't want to like accuse people of doing anything because that's shitty to do, and I don't want to give one side of the story and then have another group give another side that is completely different and I wasn't aware of. So I don't want to say anything about that, but at the time, the people there were extremely shit to me. And a lot of stuff came out of that I don't want to go back to. And like what I said with Lumbre, which I still don't want to talk about right now, maybe in a different video. A definitely more serious one. This one's more casual. Me just talking. Actually, no, it's not casual. Since talking about my mental health and that how that contributed to me just leaving everything. But yeah, I just stopped doing that. I stopped doing Red Ball. I don't remember the exact date or the exact time I got. That was my last time. But I don't remember. I don't want to remember Red Ball. That was some of the worst. That was one of the worst communities I've ever been in. A lot of drama happened in that community that I did not want to be part of. Um, so yeah, that's my entire thing on that place. I do not want to remember that at all.